Alright, so the creators of Palworld decided to say that quiet part out loud. We gamers absolutely hate AI slop in our games, and artists actually like doing the work their own freaking selves without pointless clanker slop being thrown in. Let's get into it. Shoutouts to Games Radar for the article. Gamers don't want it. Palworld lead says Pocket Pair doesn't touch AI because players hate it and artists like doing stuff themselves. But yeah, before we get into this, I would politely ask that you guys like and subscribe if you guys are sick and tired of AI seeping into everything that you love. Here on this channel, I like to cover this stuff every single day, so if you're as tired of the slop as I am, be sure to stick around. But yes, the article. As game developers push back on Gen AI, publishing and communications head John Buckley of Palworld developer Pocket Pair suggests the division around the tech is another reason to avoid it. Gamers don't want it, he says. And if the gamers don't want it, I guess that's it, right? Like there's not much of a conversation to be had. At this month's Summer Game Fest alone, several games, including the revived Crazy Taxi and the latest Tomb Raider, both of which I did individually make videos on, rushed to explain their use of AI after some fans reacted with concern or criticism. Speaking with Games Radar Plus, Buckley, who's previously shut down claims that Pocket Pair used Gen AI for some of the creature's assets in Palworld, affirms that the company doesn't use Gen AI at all. And I 100% believe them. The deal is that Palworld is literally just Pokemon with guns, and some designs can be a little bit too close to home to actual species from Pokemon. If I recall correctly, there was this one rejected PAL that literally just looked like a Mewtwo. But that's a story for another day. I'm sure some people are doing it, he says. It's not really for us. I personally can't imagine it ever being too prominent. I'm sure there are some companies out there, some big companies, that are maybe using it to save time, as he air quotes. I don't know. I don't really think Gen AI has much. I don't want to call it a bubble, but I don't know how much longer it's going to keep up. Even Steam is pushing back a certain amount on it. I might be kissing the Palworld creators' asses a little bit too much here, but boys, I don't know why, but I just love hearing someone just talk like a person, like an actual human being. I know that's kind of funny coming from me because everyone accuses me of being an AI voice, but you gotta understand, I do these videos every day, and there's usually some type of quoted words from someone, and usually the quoted words are always some bullshit PR hype nonsense where they have to use honeyed words. The AI is your canvas, and you shall now use it to create artistic masterpieces. Yes, they all talk like that. The Silicon Valley hype bullshit. It's like that almost every one of these videos. So seeing someone actually just talk like an actual human being in these quoting words, it's just a breath of fresh air for me, okay? So yeah. Mandatory AI use disclosures at the bottom of Steam store pages have been used to show how games were made at a time where any usage could be a deal breaker for some people, for both developers and players. Epic Games CEO Tim Sweeney opposed Steam's AI disclosures, which of course the hell they did, which are not shared by Epic Games Store, on the grounds that AI will be involved in nearly all future production. That's cute that he thinks that. Buckley is less sure of the future of AI-assisted coding, but on Gen AI more broadly, he says, it's hard to imagine where that goes in gaming. He points to Steam Next Fest, a seasonal event which sees thousands of game devs post demos on Steam in the hopes for reaching players. Buckley laments seeing more and more AI-generated assets and/or listing images appear in the recent Steam Next Fest games, and echoes of many of the complaints voiced by players. Even I, who is in the industry, just felt the natural, ugh, why? The rest of your game looks fine. Did you need to... I think that's going to be the attitude for quite a while. I think people will look at it and say, did you need to do that? Couldn't you just do it yourself? You see, here's the deal about this Buckley guy. You can tell that he is completely outside of the massive AI debate that is present in all media creation, based off of the way that he's talking alone. And an outside-in opinion, like I've already said, is just very refreshing. Buckley previously argued that the spread of Gen AI and associated tools would contribute to an authenticity market where creators may deliberately lead with assurances like this game's 100% human-made, both to head off any concerns and to separate themselves from AI-generated works. Already, I've begun to see devs clarify, unprompted, in emails and store pages that they are pushing back on AI games and that no AI was used in their production. I don't know if we need to now start saying that this is 100% human-made, Bugly adds. I think we should just all assume games are human-made unless said otherwise. I think it's a bit dystopian that it might end up like that. We'll have to put a Steam disclaimer, this game is made by humans. Like, it's kind of sad to think about. And yeah, again, more proof that this dude is just totally outside of the AI argument. He doesn't realize that this is already the saddest situation on planet Earth. But that's not the end of the article, but I just want to get my point across here. The point that I want to get across is that... Okay, so I made a video a couple of weeks back previously where Seth Rogen actually sat down and tried to dunk on AI successfully, and the reason why I praised him for doing that so much is not simply because of the fact that I have some type of bias towards him or I like his movies or anything. The reason why is because we need more people who are in the industry who say it and tell it like it is, rather than doing all of this corporate speak and sugarcoating bullshit. You see, all of the massive companies, AAA, like Ubisoft, Sony, Epic Games, etc., they're always going to talk in that BS corporate speak because, not just because they're multi-trillion-dollar companies or whatever, but also because they want their AI. They want AI to be the next big thing, because it benefits them, not us. So they are going to try and talk everyone into believing that, oh, you guys need this. You guys, the gamers, you guys need this. When in reality, we obviously freaking don't. We didn't need it for the past 20-something years of gaming. Why would we need it now? Obviously, because it benefits them, not us. So it's always good to see that the small potato studios, the people who are down to earth, like the Palworld developers at Pocket Bear, have the ability to just call it like they see it with no one impeding their speech. But yes, those are my thoughts. What are y'all's? Whatever it is, be sure to let me know in the comment section. That's gonna wrap this video up, boys. This is Jack Talks Back, signing out. You guys have a good one.